The internet has officially lost its mind because Blueface's mom and ChriseanRock just declared war, and this ain't your regular family argument. This is a full-blown digital street fight with threats, screenshots, and chaos so wild it makes the Kardashians look like a church choir. It started as a shady post, a few cryptic comments, and then boom, the timeline exploded like Zeus himself pressed go live. Blueface's mom didn't just respond, she erupted. Meanwhile, ChriseanRock, queen of unbothered destruction, laughed it off while dropping receipts that had fans screaming, "Oh, it's over for her now." This is no longer about family drama. This is about ego, exposure, and who can trend harder. Carlissa's dropping warnings, Chrisean's posting proof, and Blueface is somewhere in the middle pretending he's on airplane mode. Twitter's in flames, blogs are throwing gasoline, and the fans? They're treating this like the Super Bowl of shade. If you thought love and hip-hop was chaotic, buckle up, this feud just made reality TV look like a yoga retreat, because when Blueface's mom meets ChriseanRock online, the internet doesn't scroll. It explodes. The chaos began with one of those cryptic ChriseanRock posts that could crash the internet faster than a Kardashian wedding. No tags, no names, just that one loaded sentence. Fake love always exposes itself, and like clockwork, the internet did what it does best: turn detective. Within minutes, fans had their magnifying glasses out, connecting dots, decoding subtext, and forming theories that would put the CIA to shame. The verdict? It had to be about Blueface's mom, Carlissa. Because when Chrisean posts something spicy, there's only ever one direction that shade travels. Now, Carlissa isn't new to online chaos. She's practically the founding mother of it. Her Instagram lives could power Zeus Network for a decade. She's the type of woman who can start a fight in a silent room and somehow win it. So, when she saw that post, she didn't stay quiet. She fired back instantly, going live with the fury of a woman who's been waiting for a microphone since 1997. "Let me tell y'all something," she started, her voice slicing through the comments like a knife through gossip. "These girls out here keep playing victim, but I raised a real one. I raised a man who don't need no babysitter." And just like that, World War III began, fought not with bombs, but with Wi-Fi. Fans swarmed into her live, typing faster than gossip spreads in a beauty salon. "She talking about Chrisean?" One comment screamed. Another said, "Here we go again, y'all." But Carlissa wasn't done. She leaned in, eyes wide, dramatic as a reality show confessional, and dropped the line that changed everything. "Somebody better tell that girl to stop playing before I handle her myself." Boom. That one sentence turned into a trending topic. Within 30 minutes, #Carlissa and #ChriseanRock were everywhere. The clip hit every blog, every gossip page, every TikTok edit. Fans froze the frame, slowed the audio, analyzed her tone like it was a crime scene. The internet doesn't miss, and when Carlissa said, "handle her myself," the audience took that as a threat. The kind of threat that made people clutch pearls and refresh their feeds like something was about to go down. Meanwhile, ChriseanRock, professional chaos survivor and undefeated queen of "I said what I said," didn't flinch. She didn't rant. She didn't even name names. She simply posted another story, a mirror selfie, half smile, song playing in the background. "Ain't worried about nothin'." That was her entire response. 8 seconds of calm that somehow felt louder than a scream. Fans went insane. "Oh, she's trolling," one said. "She's unbothered but deadly," another tweeted. It was digital war disguised as confidence. Carlissa, though, wasn't backing down. She jumped back online, pacing, animated, fueled by fury and attention. "Don't let that camera fool you," she said. "Y'all think she's innocent? Please. That girl manipulates the internet." Every few minutes she'd stop mid-sentence to read a comment, clap back, and keep talking. It was chaos raw, unfiltered, and perfect for the algorithm. You could almost hear the notification sound effect every time she went viral again. Bloggers reposted clips with captions like "Carlissa vs. Chrisean Round 1" and "Mama Blueface threatens Rock again." And the fans? They were split right down the middle. One camp defended Chrisean, calling Carlissa jealous and messy. The other praised Carlissa for protecting her son. The comment sections turned into digital fight clubs. Everyone wanted to be the loudest opinion in the room. Memes flooded timelines. One showed Carlissa with boxing gloves labeled Mama Drama. Another showed Chrisean sitting on a throne made of Zeus Network cameras. It was comedic gold, but behind the laughter, things were getting ugly. Screenshots started leaking. Alleged DMs surfaced showing Carlissa talking about Chrisean's parenting and relationship choices. Nobody could confirm if they were real, but that didn't matter. In the world of social media, allegedly is just another way of saying definitely. The screenshots spread like wildfire. And suddenly, Carlissa was trending again, not as a mama bear, but as the internet's new villain. Fans dragged her relentlessly. Tweets like, "Why Carlissa always beefing with people half her age?" racked up thousands of likes. One viral comment said, "She fighting everyone except the urge to log off." Through it all, Chrisean stayed cool, or at least appeared to. She didn't post rants. She didn't name Carlissa. But her captions grew sharper, more cryptic. One said, "Ain't no need to respond when God already spinning the block." Fans took that as a spiritual diss, savage but poetic. It was Chrisean's brand of calm chaos. Say less, trend more. She's built for war disguised as serenity. Every move she made was a clapback disguised as peace. Blueface, of course, couldn't stay silent forever. He tweeted something that made things worse. "Y'all trippin'. My mama and my baby mama just both crazy." That one tweet was like throwing gasoline on a bonfire. Within 5 minutes, both women reacted. Carlissa reposted it saying, "This is how ungrateful kids talk when they forget who raised them." Chrisean laughed on live and said, "If being crazy means not tolerating disrespect, then yeah, I'm crazy." Fans were losing their minds. The memes wrote themselves. Someone even edited Blueface as a referee standing between two boxing gloves labeled Carlissa and Chrisean. By now, the drama had evolved from feud to franchise. Gossip pages were doing countdowns to the next live. YouTube reactors were dropping full breakdowns like it was breaking news. Everyone was monetizing the madness. Even random rappers started chiming in for clout. One posted, "Man, that house got more smoke than Rolling Loud." It was the perfect storm. Rage, receipts, and reposts. But the most shocking twist came when a leaked phone call hit social media. Allegedly, it was Carlissa talking to a friend about teaching Chrisean a lesson. Whether it was real or edited didn't matter. The internet decided it was gospel. Within hours, blogs were screaming, "Leaked audio, Blueface's mom threatens Chrisean." The hashtag #ProtectChrisean started trending. Even people outside the hip-hop world started commenting. YouTubers who normally review makeup were suddenly talking about this feud. That's when you know the drama reached god-tier levels. When it crosses genres, Carlissa tried to fight back, claiming the audio was fake, but her denial only fueled more memes. Someone spliced her denial into the leaked clip, making it sound like she was arguing with herself. It was chaos, pure and simple. Fans were laughing, crying, and watching in disbelief as this family turned their dysfunction into full-blown performance art. By the end of that week, you couldn't scroll without seeing them. Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere Chrisean and Carlissa owned the timeline. The feud had gone from a shady post to a multi-platform phenomenon. It wasn't just gossip anymore. It was content. The blogs didn't want peace. The fans didn't want resolution. Everyone wanted another round, and deep down, that's the secret sauce behind this whole saga. The internet doesn't crave truth, it craves chaos. And right now, Blueface's mom and chriseanrock are serving it like a 5-course meal. Just when everyone thought the feud might cool off, the universe said, "Not today." Carlissa went live again not once, but 3 times in 24 hours. Each session was wilder than the last, like an unhinged trilogy nobody asked for but couldn't stop watching. She talked about fake loyalty, ungrateful children, and women who use babies for sympathy. You could practically hear the comment section combusting. One viewer wrote, "She's saying everything except what she should. Sorry." Another commented, "Somebody take her phone and give her a reality show." But that's the thing, Carlissa doesn't need producers. She is the producer, director, and chaos manager all in one. Her words spread like gasoline across the internet. Every clip of her shouting, pacing, or sipping water between insults became an instant meme. Someone edited her into a Marvel villain trailer titled "The Mother of Mayhem." Another TikTok stitched her rant into a remix that went viral, complete with flashing sirens and the caption, "When Mama Blueface logs in." Within hours, celebrities were reacting. Tokyo Tony popped up on Instagram Live saying, "Carlissa need to relax before the Lord snatches that Wi-Fi." Even Tamar Braxton commented, "This right here is what happens when therapy's ignored." But the spotlight wasn't just on Carlissa. Chriseanrock saw all of it and she played it smarter than anyone expected. Instead of jumping online screaming, she posted a single tweet. Screenshots don't lie. The internet exploded. No context, no photos, just that one sentence, and boom, every blog turned it into a headline. Fans went full detective mode, searching for what screenshots she was talking about. A few hours later, she posted a blurred image of a text conversation with Carlissa's name visible at the top. That was it. One blurry image launched 1,000 think pieces. What's in the message? Is this the threat? Did Carlissa really say that? Theories multiplied faster than TikTok dances. By that night, hashtags like #ScreenshotGate and #MamaBlue receipts were trending. Twitter was a war zone of fake experts and overconfident fans decoding blurry pixels like ancient scripture. Some claimed it showed Carlissa asking Blueface to distance himself from that girl. Others swore it was evidence she had tried to sabotage Chrisean's career. The truth didn't matter, the perception did. And perception, in the digital age, is more dangerous than facts. Carlissa predictably went nuclear. She denied everything, calling the screenshots fabricated by demons with Wi-Fi. She said she'd sue, she said she'd pray, and she said she'd never back down. The live that followed was pure theater, shouting, crying, laughter, all within the same 60 seconds. You could tell she was angry but also addicted to the attention. "They want to paint me as crazy," she said. "Fine, I'll be crazy, but I'll be right." It was the kind of performance that makes people laugh, cringe, and scroll at the same time. The internet turned her meltdown into a festival. Every influencer had a reaction video. YouTubers posted the full timeline of Blueface's mom versus Chriseanrock. Reaction channels replayed Carlissa's words with dramatic zoom-ins and thunder sound effects. Even podcasts that normally cover politics took a break to talk about the Mama versus Rock saga. This wasn't gossip anymore, it was national entertainment. People weren't even choosing sides anymore. They were choosing streaming platforms to watch it on. In the middle of all that noise, Blueface finally resurfaced again and made things worse again. He posted, "I told y'all my mama and my BM both hard-headed." The tweet went instantly viral because the man managed to insult both women in one breath. Fans couldn't believe it. "He's not neutral. He's suicidal," one person joked. Carlissa reposted it with a caption that said, "He forgot who bought his first mic." Chrisean replied on X with a simple, and there it was, digital crossfire at its finest. Then came the celebrity pile-on. People who hadn't spoken to either of them in years started chiming in. Summer Walker commented under a blog post, "Why the mom's always messier than the EXEs?" Ray J tweeted, "Ain't no beef like family beef." That hit different. Nick Cannon even joked during his podcast, "This family needs a prayer circle and a cease and desist." It was comedy for everyone, not living it, tragedy for those who were. The memes reached new heights. Fans photoshopped Carlissa and Chrisean into a boxing ring with Zeus Network logos in the background. Someone designed fake fight posters titled "Mother's Day Massacre," Rock vs. Carlissa. There were even fake betting odds circulating online, like it was an actual event. People joked about pay-per-view links, but deep down, everyone knew if someone televised this, it would break every record. That's how entertaining the chaos had become. But then, the story took a darker turn. One blogger claimed they received exclusive messages from Carlissa's close friend showing private arguments between her and Blueface. In the messages, She allegedly called Chrisean dangerous and said she'd make sure she's exposed. Whether it was real or not didn't matter. It went viral. The blogs ran it. The headlines screamed Blueface's mom plots against Chrisean, leaked messages confirm feud. Carlissa denied it again, but denial never travels as fast as scandal. Chrisean didn't hold back anymore. She went live, finally addressing it head-on. She can talk all she wants. I'm protected, she said, voice calm but eyes blazing. Ain't nobody finna threaten me and think I'm a fold. Her fans rallied instantly. Comments flooded with support. Queen energy. She said what she said. We stand unbothered. Within minutes, her live had triple the viewers Carlissa's did earlier that day. In the war for attention, Chrisean was winning. Meanwhile, the internet kept escalating things with zero chill. People started spamming Carlissa's old photos, tagging her with snake emojis. Others made TikToks comparing her to every iconic villain from Ursula to Scar. Some fans even started sending fake DMs pretending to be Carlissa just to stir the pot more. The mess became so deep that nobody could tell what was real anymore. And that's when you know a scandal has reached its final form, when it no longer needs facts to stay alive. Through all the madness, one thing became painfully obvious: the audience wasn't watching this out of curiosity anymore. They were invested. Every post felt like an episode. Every live felt like a cliffhanger. The feud had evolved into serialized content, updated hourly by people who couldn't look away. It was social media's greatest tragedy and its biggest success story. By the end of that week, both women had posted final messages that fooled nobody. Chrisean wrote, "I'm done addressing negativity." Carlissa wrote, "The devil can't steal my peace." Within 24 hours, they were both back online, one posting prayer quotes, the other posting petty ones. They were the yin and yang of chaos, two sides of the same viral coin. The public didn't want them to stop. They wanted them to outdo each other. Every apology video was followed by a sneak diss. Every "I'm over it" caption came with an emoji that said otherwise. And the craziest part, the more they fought, the more their followings grew. Chrisean hit another 1 million followers that week. Carlissa's live viewers doubled. The chaos wasn't destroying them, it was feeding them. The feud became their PR campaign. Their pain became their platform. By now, it wasn't about who was right or wrong. It was about who controlled the narrative, and in the battle of noise, control belongs to whoever speaks last. But if you think either of them plan to stay quiet, you clearly don't know how the internet works. By the time the dust began to settle, the entire internet felt like it had lived through a reality show finale. The feud between Blueface's mom and chriseanrock wasn't just trending anymore, it was embedded in pop culture. People weren't asking what happened. They were asking what would happen next. Even late-night hosts were cracking jokes about it, calling it the longest family feud since the Bible. The story had become bigger than the people in it. And that's when you know the internet has taken control, when the narrative moves faster than the truth. Chrisean started playing her cards with Hollywood precision. She went quiet for a few days, let the chaos echo, and then came back with a podcast interview that broke the internet all over again. Calm, poised, and perfectly media-trained, she said, "I don't beef with nobody. I protect my peace. But when people threaten you, you can't always stay silent." That one sentence hit harder than a diss track. Blogs called it her redemption moment. Clips of her interview flooded. TikTok with captions like "She's grown." The internet that once called her toxic now called her real. It was a full-circle PR miracle. Chrisean had gone from scandal magnet to misunderstood survivor. Meanwhile, Carlissa was losing the PR war. Every attempt to defend herself only made things worse. She went live saying she was done being the villain, but within minutes, she was shading Chrisean again. Her audience started turning on her. "You can't stop talking about her," one comment read. "Let it go, ma." Another wrote, "You built this mess, now you're mad it's messy." The same followers who once cheered her on now mocked her. That's the curse of internet fame, they love you until they find a new spectacle. Blueface's reputation didn't fare any better. The man who once built his brand on controversy was now being portrayed as a lost soul caught between two hurricanes. Every tweet he made became a headline. When he posted a random lyric about loyalty, fans turned it into another indirect shot. He's talking about Chrisean. No, it's about his mom. No, it's about clout. Nobody knew, but everyone cared. His silence became ammunition for every theory imaginable. At one point, fans even begged Zeus Network to make a special episode just about his family drama, not because they wanted resolution, but because they wanted chaos in HD. Then came the apology era, or at least the illusion of it. Carlissa posted a video saying she was praying for peace. Voice trembling, gospel music in the background. For a brief moment, people thought she was serious. But not even 2 days later, she reposted a meme comparing Chrisean to a demon. The internet collectively sighed. She wasn't healing, she was reloading. Chrisean, on the other hand, leaned into her new woman image. She posted motivational quotes, baby pictures, and the occasional flex caption about God's plan. Fans called it her glow-up era, but critics said she was manipulating sympathy. Either way, she was winning the narrative, and in this game, that's all that matters. The feud started showing its real consequences offline. Blueface's team reportedly canceled a few small club shows, blaming security concerns. Brand deals slipped away quietly. Nobody wanted to be associated with a circus that wouldn't end. Even Zeus producers allegedly urged both women to calm down, not because they cared about their peace, but because they were running out of footage that didn't need censoring. The chaos was profitable, but only up to a point. When scandal becomes predictable, it stops trending. Then, as if scripted by fate, another leak dropped. Screenshots of old texts allegedly between Blueface and Carlissa surfaced, showing him begging her to stop posting about Chrisean. One message read, "Mom, you hurting me more than her." That single line shifted the tone. For the first time, people saw Blueface as a victim in his own drama. The sympathy didn't last long, but it cracked the narrative wide open. Suddenly, it wasn't funny anymore. The memes slowed. The comments got quieter. People realized this wasn't entertainment, it was a family imploding in public. But social media has no empathy setting. The moment one post feels too serious, another comes along to make it funny again. Within a day, the text screenshots were remixed into skits, TikToks, and parodies. One creator dressed as Blueface, holding a fake phone, saying, "Mom, chill, this is bad for my streams." Millions laughed. And just like that, the sincerity vanished. Every apology, every breakdown, every attempt at reconciliation turned into content. The internet devours emotion and spits it back out as entertainment. Through it all, Chrisean remained unbothered, or at least, that's the performance she gave. Her captions grew sharper but subtler. "I don't argue with people who don't pay my bills. God keeps receipts better than I do." Her posts were spiritual shade wrapped in divine calmness, and fans ate it up. She had mastered the art of throwing stones while praying for forgiveness. It was PR brilliance mixed with petty genius. Every time Carlissa spoke, Chrisean trended higher. It wasn't even a feud anymore, it was domination. Carlissa, unable to match the momentum, started turning against the media that once amplified her. "These blogs twist everything," she said during a late-night live. "They make me the villain so they can sell clicks." Ironically, her rant went viral, gaining more clicks than any apology ever could. It's poetic. Really, the same machine she fed was now consuming her. Once the queen of chaos, now she was just another headline fading into digital history. By the next week, the feud had gone quiet, but not peaceful, more like a Cold War. Chrisean posted vacation pictures with captions about moving forward. Carlissa posted Bible verses that somehow still sounded like shade. Blueface dropped a freestyle with a line that said, "Family don't mean loyal, it just means loud." The fans knew exactly who it was about. The cycle was complete. Threats, screenshots, and chaos had done their job. Everyone's following count went up, everyone's reputation went down, and the internet moved on to the next storm. But true to form, the silence didn't last. A fan caught Carlissa liking a shady post about Chrisean's parenting, and once again, the fuse reignited. Round 2? One blog teased, "The saga continues." Another wrote, That's the thing about viral drama, it doesn't die. It hibernates. The players change costumes, the tone softens, but the story never ends. Because as long as there's Wi-Fi, there's warfare. In the end, this feud wasn't about who was right or wrong. It was about who understood the algorithm better. And in that battle, chriseanrock stood victorious. She didn't fight harder, she fought smarter. She weaponized silence, faith, and sarcasm in a way the internet couldn't resist. Carlissa gave the drama energy. Chrisean gave it direction. The result? One woman lost credibility, the other gained power, and yet, there's still that eerie sense that neither of them has really stopped. Behind the quotes, behind the smiles, behind the screens, both women are watching, waiting, plotting the next viral moment. Because fame built on chaos doesn't fade quietly, it demands a sequel. And if there's one thing everyone knows about this family, it's that they never miss an opportunity for the next explosion. And there you have it, the war nobody asked for, but everybody watched. From shady posts to unholy lives, from fake love captions to full-blown screenshots. We just witnessed a family feud that made Zeus Network look like PBS. Kids, Blueface's mom and chriseanrock didn't just break the internet, they turned it into a therapy session for people who thrive on dysfunction. So, let's be honest, you loved every second. You gasped at the leaks, laughed at the memes, and refreshed your feed like a guilty detective trying to solve a case that'll never end. And that's okay, because here, we don't judge. We document the madness. Now, if you're addicted to scandals that make Hollywood look humble, smash that like button like it owes you child support. Subscribe before this family drops another bombshell, and drop a comment below whose side are you on, Team Mama Mayhem or Team Unbothered Rock. Because the drama doesn't end here, it just relocates. New day, new feud, new digital disaster, and you already know where to find it. Every threat, every screenshot, every meltdown, it all lives here, louder than ever. This is Fame Ripple, where the truth's optional, the shade's eternal, and the chaos? Always trending. Stay messy, stay curious, and stay tuned because the next explosion is already loading.